Okay. Now we see Spark coding with Python. This is simply possible with the API called PySpark, Spark plus Python. So what other languages the Spark will support? Basically by Scala, because Spark is basically developed by Scala. And also you can use Java, R language. And Python. So why Python mostly? The reason number one, it is very simple. And second thing is the rich support of libraries. Libraries used for data processing and also data science. So that is the reason nowadays most of Spark applications are migrating to PySpark. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Shiva.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So there is one thing. When are you going to start the practicals in PySpark? Like, are you going to start some use case today? Like,
So today, once a Databricks flavor is ready, already created a cluster. It's in still processing. Okay. Mostly today only we can see that part. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Already I created a cluster. Previously I checked it. Still it is processing. Okay. Yeah.
What is the scenario? Like, what is happening basically in the cluster side? It's not created, or what?
So still it is running. It is saying like that because my previous account got expired. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I understood.
So yeah.
Achha.
Okay. So in PySpark, like number one core, this is simply called as Spark core. Second thing is Spark SQL. All these are the different components in the PySpark. Third thing, Spark MLlib, machine learning library. Next one is Spark GraphX for graph data processing. And Spark streaming. These are the components of the Spark. For all these components, with Python, the libraries are available. That means the APIs are available. Suppose you want to process, like you want to work with the structured and unstructured. To work with such kind of things, Spark core to develop your complex functionalities you can use. But if data is structured, most of your structured operations based on the SQL, that too in Spark SQL, you have a concept called data frames. Using data frames, you can easily manipulate complex transformations. Okay. And any kind of structured related operations, you can easily process by using Spark SQL with the data frames. You want to run any machine learning based model, you want to build a machine learning based models, then you go for machine learning. Suppose Facebook user connections comes under graph data. Such kind of data processing comes under Spark GraphX. So generally in OLTP systems, Neo4j will be used. For the batch process of that graph data, Spark GraphX will be used. For streaming related analytics, especially for micro batching. So that means you want to capture streams online. And perform analytics for every 5 seconds. Or perform aggregations for every 5 seconds or 10 seconds like that. Perform aggregations in micro time. That means in mini interval of time. Then Spark streaming is the concept. So let's start our journey with the first one, which is Spark Core. In Spark Core, data objects are called RDDs. That means we create RDDs, we perform transformations on RDDs, and then finally we perform actions on RDDs. So these two topics in the last class we have discussed. On an RDD, what we can do, what we cannot do. Okay. Now, one structured data example I will tell you. Suppose data is like this, some sample. Some sample data. Think that these are the different employee roles or your profile rows. I want to perform aggregation. So this is the file in a local file or in DBFS file system. The file storage can be local or DBFS, because Databricks has its own file system called Databricks file system, which runs on top of HDFS, Hadoop file system. Our file directly can be HDFS, or it can be data lake. It can be of anything. Okay. So with your developer community edition, what you can do? First of all, you have to create a notebook. Please observe this one. I will log in into Databricks. I'm getting into Databricks community edition. So where exactly you have to write the code, you just observe. If luck is good, cluster is activated, we will execute on spot now, or else it will take time. I think I got into, already I have account here, recently created. Just I'm trying to log in. Asking my user ID password. Just log in. I think it did not bring me into community edition. Again, it is asking me all the details. It is directly taking me into Databricks. Databricks. 1 minute. The link is invalid. If you go this will be only 14 to 15 days of free trial. This link. Okay. Just a minute, sir. Yeah. Okay, here actually I logged in. But to create your table kind of structures, here you have an option, create table. To write your code with many languages, Databricks is also providing you notebook. Within a single notebook, you can write code with Scala, you can write code with SQL, you can write code with Python and everything. At the time of initiating that notebook, you can choose the language. Okay, you want to create a new cluster, create it by clicking on a new cluster. You can set up your single node cluster over here. If you want to go for multi-node cluster and go for paid account. So I'm going to create a notebook asking you notebook name. Let's say the sample one. After that, you can save it, you can share it, anything you can do. Okay. The cluster, my notebook is running on top of the cluster. Already I created one cluster, which is DB cluster 1. So here you have to write your code. One simple test. One local object I am taking. This is just a local object. This local object I want to convert into RDD. So let's say your RDD is R1. Spark context.parallelize. Give that local object. Now the local object is converted as is declared as RDD. From this RDD, whatever the operations you want to perform, you can perform. The operations like transformations and actions. One simple transformation I want to perform, R1 dot R2 equals to R1 dot map. What is that map in the coding part? Like the coding component snippets, I will explain each and everything. For now, just observe.
You have not initialized the Spark context. Still, it will work.
Yeah, Basically, by default, that is available with your
Okay, okay,
Databricks.
okay, okay.
Yep.
Just like Spark shell, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if it is general shell, if it is Cloudera shell, or you go for any Apache Spark shell, automatically Spark context will be available. Okay, just observe this, the coding steps. I want to add value to each and every element. Suppose I want to add 100. After that, whatever the action you want to perform, just run that operation. So collect is action, here map is transformation. sc.parallelize Spark context is to initialize this one. After that, shift and enter for this execution. So for the free account, immediately the cluster will not be allocated for runtime. It is taking time. Okay, meanwhile, without wasting time, we go and execute this. We go and explain about each and every component. Okay, sir, what I want to say, I want to work with structured data. The data sample is this one. Think that there are a number of rows here. There are a number of rows, but only if you look at this data, the data is having only 5 fields. How I can say 5 fields based on the comma delimiter? I want a simple task over here. I want a simple task over here. That is department wise. Suppose the like let's say gender. Gender wise separate aggregations I want to perform. For example, male, what is the total salary? For female, what is the total salary? This operation I want to perform. To perform this one, what operations you need to do? What is the steps you need to follow? For some time, treat it as a local file. Okay. The step one, you need to read the data. For reading this data, I am taking one RDD name, which is R1. The Spark context dot text file. And I am giving the path of this file. And sample.txt. So within this file, what content will be available during the execution? Basically, it is formed as a list of RDD. Each line as a element. The first element is like this. The entire line is treated as one single line. It's one single element. After that, second element, third element, fourth element, and then finally the last element. The last element is this one. Okay. So this is what our initial RDD. So already I explained you how to create your RDDs. There are 3 ways. Among them, this is the first way. Sorry, second way. When you read data from a file or database, automatically the returned object will be RDD. So I want gender-based total salary. That means to work with this, task, I don't want all the fields. I want only gender and then salary. These 2 things we need to separate. Got it? To do this, I am doing one action here. Not action, one transformation. But here, this one and this one are part of this entire string. To separate these two things, we need to split it. For splitting, what I am doing, please observe as a second statement, R2 dot map of. R2 dot map of. Each element I want to track. For this, for the map, you need to apply lambda. This is a functional programming style. Python supports three types of programming. One is base scripting, object-oriented programming, and the third one is functional programming style. This is the code snippet as per functional programming style. Just 1 minute. My 1 minute left. Hold on. Yes, sir. Lambda x, when you say any variable name, if say each way, this is equivalent to for loop. Your list is having 9 elements, means 9 times automatically loop will be generated. You need not to write any for loop. In the first iteration to the x, the first element will come. In second iteration, second element. Third iteration, third element. Like this till end of that collection, each and every element will be iterated. It is just like a traversing. So when our first element came to here, to separate these two things, I need to split this entire line. For that, simply I am applying x dot split. I am applying a function called split. X is a line, line dot split. Splitting based on what? What is the delimiter between the fields? Comma. I'm saying comma. This is my next transformation. So simply here, what you have specified for each element, what you want to do, that thing you have specified. Come on, guess what is the output of R2? If you collect data from R2, what is the output? Basically in high level, sorry, here I did a mistake. R2 is equal to R1 dot, because for R2 input is from R1. Come on, all of you, please try.
Split of list.
High level is a list. Again, this is converted into list. What are the values within that? 101 still as a string. Amar 25,000. Male 11. This is first element. Same thing will happen for second element. In this way, for last element, what will be the content of the last element? 109. Amala 35,000. Female and department 12. Now, in basic Python point of view, what is object type? What is object type of this RDD? Is a list of list. Previously is a list of strings. Now is a list of list. Okay. So from this R2, I am generating R3. I am generating R3. Whenever you want to perform grouping aggregation, each element should be key value pair. Each element should be as key value pair. The key here in this example, department number, sorry, gender, value should be salary. So if it is that one, then only you can perform aggregation, grouping aggregation. So from this, I need to separate this. I need to separate this from each element. Each element is a list. From that list, sorry, from that list, we need to separate these two things. For this, please R2, sorry, input is R2. R2 dot map. R2 dot map. Same as usual. I'm saying lambda x colon. Now each element is what's a list. Each element is a list. From that list, I want to generate a tuple. The tuple should have only two things. Tuple should have two things. One is key, second one is value. First one I am taking gender as key. What is the position? If X is a list, what is the position of that M? You can start from zero counting. 0, 1, 2, 3. And also Python supporting reverse indexing -1, -2. If you want last second one, X of -2. Understood? X of -2. X of -2 means from each list it is taking gender value. Next, I want to take the salary value. The salary value is in third position. I can say X of 2. But what is the data type of the salary here? The salary is as string. I want to convert this into integer. A key, a value, these two things should be in a tuple. Now my lambda function is completed. My map function is completed. After completion of R3, what is expected output? High level, it is a list. Each element is a tuple. For the first record, the key is M. The value is number, which is 25,000. Same thing, second element, third element, fourth element, like this. For the last element, what will be the content? What is gender? F. What is salary? Already you are converting that salary into number. That means integer, 35,000. This will happen by the third step. Please check the outputs. After each step, after each transformation, what is happening. Then finally, in the case of R4, what I am doing, just observe. For R4, R3 is the input. R3 dot. Here for grouping aggregation, there are many ways. One of the highly recommended way, there is a function called reduce by key. What is that reduce by key? How it will work? A lot clarity is important. Reduce by key. This time I am saying lambda x comma y colon x plus y. If you are a traditional programmer, definitely you will be bounced by seeing this statement. Generally, to apply the sum, you are applying some function, or you are taking a empty list, and you are suppose you are initializing a sum variable with 0, you are performing a loop. Okay, taking each element and adding into that sum. Such kind of traditional programming technique you will be applying. But this is a functional programming style, especially in Spark functional programming. The lambda style will be like this. But what will happen when you apply this one? We need more discussion on that. Just let me take copy of this one. To elaborate this explanation, I'm taking you into next screen. Try to minimize the size. All of you okay with this size? Sir, okay? Yeah. Look at this R4, sir. At R4, what is happening? When you apply reduce by key, the following steps will happen. You said R3 dot reduce by key. of something x comma y and x plus y. But for this, input should be key value pair. You are applying reduce by key on something means input should be key value pair. Already you have key value pairs in the R3. What will happen internally is separate grouping will happen for males and for females. All male salaries will be here. Suppose first 25,000, second person 35,000, next person 50, next person 60, next person 90. Think that 5 males are there. All 5 male salaries formed as one group. And there are 4 females. Let's say their salary 20, 35, 15, 10, and 90. Imagine in thousands. So at this statement, what is happening? My statement, once again, I repeat my statement. R3 dot reduce by key, small letters, reduce B capital, K capital, lambda, x comma y you have taken, colon x plus y you said. Got it? Initially, what will happen is x, y, 25 is taken into x, 35 is taken into y. The computation style in Spark will be like this. Then x plus y will be applied. What is x plus y, sir? 25 plus 35, which is 60. Understood? After that, this 60 is taken into x. The next value will be taken into y. What is the sum now? 60 plus 50. How much? 60, 50. 110. This 110 is taken into x. This 60 is taken into y. Again, x plus y is 170. After that, this 170 is taken into x. This 90 is taken into y. Now x plus y. What is the value? 170 plus 90, which is 260. Now the result of this one in the R4 is like this, is a list. The first element is a tuple. Key is m. The total, you said x plus y. The x plus y result finally is 260. This is for males. After that, I am taking this one. The same thing will happen here. It's into x, it's into y. 35, 45, 50. After that, this is into x, this is into y. X plus y again, 60. The 60 is taken into x, 90 is taken into y. 60 plus 90, which is 150. After 90, there are no values. Then operation closed. For female, 150 value will be produced. After that, when you say R4 dot collect, this entire operation from R12 up to R4 will be executed. The computed result of R4 will be collected from cluster into your local machine. All of you understood the execution style of the reduce by key? Whenever I say this expression, got it? Sir, please respond me, sir. I'm waiting for you. You're all on mute.
Got it, sir.
Yeah. This is called cumulative sum style. Okay. Now, little extending this one. Your data object is bigger. You have 3 partitions for your RDD. At the time, what will happen? Partition 1 and partition 2 and partition 3. Here, male, female, male, female, male, female, everything available. Here also mixed people are available. Here also mixed people are available. I have 3 partitions. Whatever the R1, R2, R3. All these 3 steps will be parallelly processing for each partition. But in the case of R4, you said reduce by key. R3 dot for R4 is equal to R3 dot reduce by key. In this case, what will happen? Any guessings? Anybody from previous Spark background or Hadoop background? You can guess it. You can say answer. The new guys of the Hadoop, just please listen this statement of your seniors' answers. Your data is not in a single partition, but in R4.
Reducer will work.
Huh? Yeah.
Reducer will.
Mapper and reducer similar kind of, but before data is going for the reducer, what will happen? There is an activity called
Shuffle and sort partition.
partitioning, right? Okay, so that activity will happen. What is that partitioning? New guys will take it light. In node 1, male tuple will be initiated, salary as a collection. In another different node, females will be, because how many keys I have here? Only 2 keys, male and female, only 2 keys. That's why 2 partitions. So for males, 1 node is dedicated, for females, 1 separate node is dedicated. So from here, all male salaries from all the things will be dragged into this particular node. For females, from all the above partitions, all female salaries will be dragged into this particular node. Previously, whatever the operation we said, x comma y colon x plus lambda x comma y x plus y, that cumulative sum operation will happen at this node. This cumulative female cumulative sum operation will happen at this node. These 2 nodes will be parallelly running. Understood? No need to wait for female result, or female need not to wait for the male result. Got it? So before that, all these partitions, whatever the transformations you are applying, these transformations also running parallel. Got it? Okay. A simple summary about this task. What you did, just observe. First, you load data. Your file is comma delimiter file. The second step, what you did, this is R1. In R2, what you did, map transformation you did. Here the activity, you split each line. Split each line based on comma delimiter, so that you got a list of list. In the third step, what you did, R3 is equal to R2 dot map of. Here you did key value pair construction. Why you are constructing key value pairs? To apply grouping aggregation, input should be key value pair, remember. Okay. So in the case of 4th step, R4 is equal to R3 dot map of. R3 dot map of. So here reduce by key you have not a map. Here you applied a transformation, reduce by key. Before executing this reduce by key, as in the previous screen I explained, the partitioning activity will be done internally by the Spark. So for partitioning activity, you need not to control any programming. Automatically that will happen by the API. The reduce by key here you said lambda x comma y, finally x plus y. Don't try to say x minus y, such kind of other activities. It won't accept you. Got it? Now based on this task, same file data I have. So let me see overall code once again. Okay, first let me check. So still my bad luck, waiting for cluster to start. At least I will install any standalone, sir, which runs on local machine, not on the cloud. Because every time as a free users, always we have to be waiting for the cluster vacancy. If cluster is vacant, then only our jobs will be submitted and we can see the output. I will install any a standalone software like Cloudera or Hortonworks or some other, even Databricks also standalone is available. Anything I will install into the system.
Sir, for me, Google Colab is working.
Pardon?
Google Colab is working for me, sir.
Okay. Only Google Colab or Google Colab with Databricks is working?
No, sir, only Google Colab.
Only Google Colab, you cannot directly execute Databricks. Again, for the Databricks, you need a lot of other settings. Okay. Because the cluster is not, Databricks cluster is not there with Google Colab. Only Python codes that you can execute.
Yes, sir. That
Yeah.
I executed.
Yeah. Sir, observe this. Already you have seen my data shape. The data shape is like this. The last record same 109. Still I am taking only 9 records here. Same data. File name is sample. Now tell me the technique. 11 department, how many? Suppose in 11 department there are 2 people. 12 department there are 3 people. 13 department there are 4 people. Think that you have only 3 departments. The equivalent query in SQL, select a department number, comma, count of star. From your table. If you treat that file as a table, from sample, group by department number, then you will get answer like this. But same thing instead of course, the same SQL query you can run in Spark by using Spark SQL without struggling any code. But straight away, if you jump into Spark SQL, lot things SQL cannot do. For all these things, you need to use core API only. At that time, you could not able to write the code. Okay. Only in entire your process, only 70% of your processing is supported by SQL only. But lot many other things are not possible by the SQL, even though data is structured. Lot complex operations are not possible. At that time, you need to write your own core API, RDD core API. That too you can develop. You have to develop your own custom functions for that. So forget about Spark SQL for now. I want this one. Come on, sir. Already, who are in Spark, please tell me, guide me. Already, you know steps. I want for each department, what is the count? How many people are there? Already have seen the previous process. Same thing you can copy from that. As usual, first step is what, sir?
Reading data.
You need to read data. For example, I am saying that R1 equal to sc.text file. and give the path of your file. Next R2. To answer my question, each line as a string will be taken into here. I need to cut off the fields. That's why I am saying that R1 dot.
Split.
No, splitting for each element. Whenever you want to perform some operation to each and every element means you have to call the transformation called map. Within the map function, you have to pass your business logic. How you can pass your business logic is a lambda x colon x dot a split. I am saying delimiter is comma. Now what is the object type of R1? List. What is the object type of R2? List of list. Next in the R3, I am going to construct key value pairs. Input is R2. R2 dot map of lambda x. I want department number as key. What is the department number position, sir? In the list of list. Last one, right? Last one, right? So that you can say x of -1, comma. What about value? Whenever you want to count, simply the technique is provide a constant value as 1. This technique you need to follow. Understood? Come on. In the case of R4, so what is this R3 now? What is the data type? List of tuples. The tuple has key and value. Next I am going for R4. R3 dot reduce by key. Lambda. Give any names. Previously x comma y I said, now a comma b I am saying. Colon a plus b. Like this. Sorry, one bracket is enough. So only one change in the previously in the place of value, you kept salary. But straight away now my requirement is count. That's why I have given number 1 as constant. Now think that you have three persons in 11 department. Before executing this, some partitioning activity has to be done. This is the partition for 11. This is the partition for 12. This is the partition for 13. If you have only 3 departments. For 11, the thing will be like this. 1, 1, 1. That means 3 people are there. For 12, again think that 3 people are there. So 4 people are there. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And for 13, there are 2 people. That's why 2 ones in the place of 1. This will happen. This is into A, this is into B. A plus B is number 2. After that, 2 will be taken into A, 1 will be taken into B. Again A plus B, that is 3. Again this result will be taken into A. This 1 will be taken into B. The result is, what happens, sir? Something wrong, or 2. After 2, we have to take from this. So this final thing will be closed. Final, the result will be 3. Same thing here. For 12, you will get 4. For 13, you will get 2. Now, finally, what is the data type of this one? Is a list of tuples. The reply will be like this. 11, 3 people. 12, 4 people as a second element. 13, 2 people. After that, if you want to write this result into output file, you can write it. Or still any other operation you want to perform on this RDD, you can perform it. But when this entire flow is executed, when you declare all these statements, the flow will not be executed. When you perform some action, suppose one of action is save as text file. And I am giving my output file path. So this is called action. When I perform action, this entire flow will be executed. Got it? Okay. This is another scenario. Now try to understand what map is doing. And equivalent to that map, there is a other thing called a flat map. Map and flat map. For new guys, this will be little confusion. This is used for single dimension. This is to convert double dimension into single dimension. Okay. One final example we will see about this, about flat map, the use case. Let's go for hello, hi, sir. The previous example. Yesterday I explained this example. Welcome. Think that your file is having only 2 lines. I want to a reply. Final output I am expecting as word count. Hello, how many times here? 2 times. Hi, how many times? 2 times. Welcome, how many times it is? 1 time. So here exactly we are going to take help of flat map, not map. So why we need flat map here? Just try to understand. Suppose the file is comment.txt. Is a local file or your Hadoop file or whatever the other file may be. I'm going to read it as R1. sc.text file. My file path I am giving, the file name is comment.txt. First you tell me, what is the object type? Is a list of?
List of list.
No.
String.
List of? String. That means only 2 elements will be there. Entire line as a string. This entire line as a string by default. Okay. So whenever you are interested about a particular word, you need to split it. In the R2, I am saying sc dot. Okay, still instead of using flat map, sorry, not sc. Our input is R1. Instead of using this one, that flat map, I am using still R1 dot map only. So what will happen? You just observe. Lambda x, each element I want to split, x dot split.
Space.
So here there is no comma delimiter. Even space is also not required, because for Python, space is the default delimiter for split function. Just close the bracket, that's it. Now what is the content of this one? High level, that is a list. Low level, each element is a list of list. Hello as one word, one element. Hi as one element. This is first element. Again, second element is like this. Hello. Hi. And the third element is welcome. This is the transformation done after completion of second step. So finally is a list of list. Okay, list of list. But I want to perform a grouping aggregation. I want to make that particular word as a key. So in the case of previous example, sir, in the first example, gender example. In the case of second example, department number is the key. Now what is the key as per this task? Once again, come back to the previous discussion. First
Each
example,
word.
department wise. Sorry, first example, gender wise aggregation. That's why always gender should be the key. In the second example, always department number should be the key. Again, in gender, always available in 4th position. Department always available in 5th position. But here, not a particular positioned element is your key. Every element is key here. Understand? Every element is key. So that previous technique will not work out here. So what you have to do in the third step is, observe, in third step, one small operation I am doing, R2 dot flat map. Lambda x. For that x, I don't want to do anything. Simply I am saying that x. For now, what is the result? Just observe. For now, what is the result? You just observe. Whenever you apply flat map, a list of list will be converted as single list. That means hello, hi, hello, again hi, welcome. This thing will happen. Now look at this object type. This is RDD. Object type is, data type is a list of, just list. Now every word I want to make it as a key. In the R4, observe, R4 equals to R3 dot map of lambda x colon. I want key value pair. What is key? Each element as a key, each word as a key. I want count aggregation. If you want count aggregation, what should be the value? 1 will be the value. Understood? Now unnecessarily here, double time the statement you have given. Instead of giving double time, with single shot you can do that one. So after this, R5 is equal to, you can say R4 dot reduce by key. Reduce by key, lambda x comma y colon x plus y. Finally, R5 dot collect. Collect or save as text file, or whatever the operation you want to perform, you can perform it. Now try to replace R2 and R3 with a single statement. Then later you can compare this. So still the cluster is waiting to start. So for practice, definitely not with the free accounts. We have to go with some standard application. I'll make it ready by tomorrow. Okay, just observe this one, sir. I'm going to replace these two statements. This R2 and R3, I want to make it as single statement. First R1 as usual, same as this one, okay? In the place of these two, I'm giving R2. Directly R1 dot flat map I am giving. Lambda x colon x dot split. So for Python, default delimiter is space for the split function. Automatically that is splitted. That is splitted based on the spaces. Now look at this R3. Automatically you will get this one. As a single dimension directly. So previously, first you apply double dimension. After that, you converted that double dimension to single dimension. Instead of applying here map, directly apply flat map. Final result will be single dimension. So after completion of this, I have a question for you. And finally, welcome. Then this step as R3. R2 dot map of key value pair. Lambda x colon x comma 1. Then finally R4. The R5 is replaced with R4 statement. R3 dot reduce by key. Lambda x comma y colon x plus y. Then your code is completed. So finally R4 dot action, some action. Like color, let's say collect. Collect is your action. All of you understood the difference between map and flat map. This is for transformation. This is for transformation. Now my question, a conclusion for this. Please answer me when to use map. When to use flat map. Let me check.
If it
Please
is
answer.
single dimension, if it is single dimension, we can use single map.
No, sir. Please speak in a high level. I have data. I have data. I am giving you some aggregation task. Sir, in the case of first two examples, like deport gender and total salary.
Key position was known.
And after that second task, department and total salary. In these two cases, you are interested about particular position value, correct or not?
Yes, sir.
If you are interested about particular position value, go for map simply. All of it clear? But in the case of second, especially word count, you are interested about every word. Okay, not particular position value. Okay, you are interested about every position. Okay, if you are interested about every element, that means each element. Then go for flat map. Understood when to use what? What you said the answer, if it is single dimension, go for map, double dimension, go for flat map. That is different, technical difference. But my question is when to use map, when to use flat map. Understood? At the time you have to go for this kind of explanation. If you are interested about a particular position words, a particular position keys and values, use map. You are interested about each and every word, go for flat map. But still, because your previous answer is wrong, because there are something, even though multi-dimensional object, that means double dimension or triple dimension, still I go for map only. Depends on my use case. What are those use cases? In coming classes we will discuss. Okay, sir. Now time is too much already. That is 4:57. I'm also tired. So final one conclusion. Let me check my cluster status. Waiting for cluster to start. Still same thing. I'm canceling this, sir. Sir, today night at a standalone version I will install. If luckily, if everything is completed tomorrow, I will show one execution for this. Tomorrow means by canceling ADF session, the Databricks execution session I will show you, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Sir, give me 1 hour time because it will take time to convert this video. So after 1 hour, I will upload into Google Drive. Yesterday's session and today's session I will upload to you. Even one ADF session is also pending to you. Those things after 1 hour you will be getting everything.
And
Okay,
is
sir.
there any notes will provide?
Sir,
Will you provide any notes?
sir, notes means suppose if it is notes today, whatever the explanation is done, that will take 4 to 5 days, sir. Unnecessarily the time will be killed. I will share this record. From this record, you please prepare notes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sir. All of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.